Hey everybody, Professor Doom here. So I want to talk to you guys about this latest shooting here in Jacksonville, Florida, and what this sounds like to me. I'm going to share that with you. But before I do, I want to say something really quick about the last two videos that I put up, and follow along with me and put your thinking caps on. Here's why I believe it was not a Chinese satellite that was beaming lasers down over the Hawaiian Islands 6 months ago. Because the Chinese would have already known that there was a military directed energy weapon installation there on Maui. And the main mission of this installation is to track and detect all man-made space objects. Now, would they really be so stupid as to do that and then instigate some kind of... Well, you just had balloons going over the United States before that, and then you're going to go ahead and, because they say that they were Chinese balloons, but then you're going to push your luck and use lasers to beam down over the Hawaiian Islands when you already know that there is a detection installation and their mission is to do what? So that tells me that it wasn't the Chinese. Then whose laser beams were those? And why are we being lied to about it? Isn't that an interesting question to go along with the whole cyber attacks that went on August 1st? Now let's get into the latest shooting here in Jacksonville, Florida. Here's what this looks like to me, everybody. Every single mainstream media outlet, do you see the narrative that is being pushed? Look, a white man fatally shot 3 black people at a Florida store. Well, it's a general store, in a hate crime. And they're reporting exactly how the sheriff talked about this in the press conference about, watch, I will show you. Let's take a look. Because like I said, every single one of these media outlets, a masked white man fatally shot 3 people at a Dollar General store in a predominantly black neighborhood on Saturday in a deliberate attack after leaving behind racist writings. He hated black people, according to Sheriff Waters. There is absolutely no evidence the shooter is part of any larger group. Waters said the shooter, who was in his 20s, used AR-15 and a Glock, bulletproof vest. You know what? Here's the thing. So allegedly the guy kills himself, right? He kills himself. He wants to die. That's what they're trying to say, because he killed himself. But he wanted to be the one to do it. That's why he was wearing a bulletproof vest. Is something not sounding right here? Why would you be worried about being shot if you had already went in with the plan of killing yourself to begin with? That don't make any sense to me at all. The 2 men and 1 woman who were killed were black, Waters said, because a white man did it. So they haven't immediately released the names. Of course not. Of course they haven't. And the sheriff says he left behind writings that led investigators to believe that he committed the shooting because it was the 5th anniversary when another gunman opened fire during a video game tournament in Jacksonville. Oh, really? Going on through there, let me show you this. This is ABC. Let's take a look at how NBC reported it, because they go in a little more in depth about what Sheriff Waters had to say. So take a look how NBC here is reporting it. A white gunman fatally shot 3 black people, according to Sheriff T.K. Waters during a press conference. This shooting was racially motivated and he hated black people, the sheriff said. He wanted to kill Nigerians. You know what he was trying to say. He wore a tactical vest and was armed. He had a white swastikas on his, written in white pen on his guns. And he goes on to say this was quite frankly a maniac who decided he wanted to take lives. He targeted a certain group of people, and that's black people. That's what he said he wanted to kill, and that's very clear. So any member of that race at that time was in danger of the black race, he added. You know what's really, here's the thing that when I think about all this. So there was a lull in the action when it comes to shootings. So it was kind of a quiet there for a while in that aspect. Of course, we had August 8th, Maui. And now they're beating the COVID drums again, and they're talking about vaccines, and they're talking about possibly lockdowns and masks and all this stuff. And you have all of these new laws in certain states where now I don't even want to say a certain race is doing this, but there's a lot of theft going on from stores due to high prices and the low penalty that comes with engaging in that kind of activity. Did you guys follow what I'm saying? So can you imagine if they start masking up again, and then you got people going into stores, or let's say there's no lockdowns. Let's say they start off with masking up. Let's say that picks right back up what it did the last time, where people were going into stores with masks and just completely robbing at will. Well, I don't know what's going to happen here. All I know, to me, this sounds like an instigation of a race war. That's how it sounds to me. That he could have used a hell of a lot more decorum as he was speaking to the press, because now the press is going to be pushing this very hard. And who does the press work for? It's not for themselves. It's definitely for the government. That's a fact. So now you know that there's some kind of narrative being pushed right here. And what is going to come of this? We're going to see white people being attacked? Is that how it's going to play out? Well, it's soon to be known. Thanks, everybody.